What's up? What's up? What's up? So, here today, I'm going to be doing a review on the banger coming from Harvest Moon. If you guys aren't familiar with Harvest Moon, then get familiar. It's definitely a brand that is very consistent with a higher end quality flower. It's a bit pricey. It's definitely a bit pricey, but you got to pay to play, it's just the only way, you know what I mean? But let's just get to reviewing this one. I would actually say this one is definitely leaning heavy towards towards that headbanger side. You're gonna get heavy hints of that headbanger, but at the same time, you will get a slight aftertaste of Sherb. It's not necessarily going to be a great taste, though. I will have to just say that in the beginning, it's not going to get a super high rating for the taste, which I know a large majority of consumers at the moment are very, they love good tasting weed. I love good tasting weed, but I would actually say that this one right here, even though I'm not saying it doesn't, even though I'm saying it's not leaning heavy on that sherb side, I would actually still say that this is definitely a taste that will be enjoyable for most people. It's this gassy, sweet taste that is actually really nice overall. It's not bad by any means. So I will have to say that I'm just gonna give it a 6 for the taste. I'm just gonna just grade that right now while I am talking about it. I think that the taste is definitely something that it's gonna have a very small group of people who are really big fans of it, but I don't think anyone's gonna be really mad at the taste. I think the taste is it's good, but it's just not elite. So I think a 6 is fair. I think that it's definitely it's an okay one. But let's move on. This one for the look is actually beautiful. It has a lot of beauty to it. When you're just looking at it, I think that most people will actually buy into it just off the look. So this one will actually be getting an 8. I think that an 8 is very fair. It's not really a look that will disappoint anyone, but there is stuff on the market that might just have a little bit more appeal to it. So I believe an 8 is fair. Let's move on to the smell. The smell is actually really interesting. It's definitely got this funky sweetness to it that is actually a lot more pleasant than, or not a lot, but it is a little bit more pleasant than the taste. I think that the smell is something that will attract you. It's definitely something that attracted me, and it made me assume that it was going to taste a little bit better than it did. But I would actually say this one getting a 7 for the smell is fair because it's not going to jump out of the jar. It's not going to be one of those things that is just grabbing you out of the jar. It's definitely going to be a smell that is pleasant and good when you're breaking it up, but it's not going to be super potent. It's not going to be a crazy smell. So it's definitely good, but I have to mention that. That leads us to the high, though. And the high on this one is actually going to be an 8. I truly think the high getting an 8 is very fair because this one is really nice. I will have to say that it's definitely a strong strain. It's definitely going to put you where you're looking to get to. But with that being said, it's definitely not one of those super elite strains that I would feel comfortable paying like 500 to 600 a zip for, if you know what I'm trying to say. So this one getting an 8 is fair, but compared to some other stuff, it definitely is not my first choice. But this one, for an overall rating, is actually going to be a 7.375, which isn't the highest thing in the world. It's not the lowest rating in the world. It definitely is a fair rating. It's something I feel very confident in giving. But with that being said, I would actually say that there's a lot better stuff on the market. And for this price range that this goes for, I would say there is a lot better stuff. So I'm not talking any anything bad about this brand by any means. I definitely have. All right. I definitely have enjoyed a lot of their stuff before, but I will have to say that in the bigger picture, I would not get this one again. I wouldn't grab this one again. So it's definitely good, but it's not great. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily worth 500 plus, but to some people it will be. So I will definitely say a 7.375 is very fair in my opinion. I will have to say that it gets my recommendation, but it's not something that I would be saying is my first pick on the list. There is a lot better stuff on the market at the moment, so pick and choose wisely. If you're going to be spending this much money, pick and choose wisely. I appreciate you for watching this. Definitely stay blessed and definitely go check out more of my content.